Hey everybody, and welcome to the bullshit party, and welcome to the top 10 podium vehicles of 2024. Number 1 probably is gonna surprise you. And without any further ado, let's start with number 10. And no, it's not this thing, it's actually the Coil D10. This one was a podium car on April 18th, so kind of in the early parts of the year. But still, a really good car, a sports car that costs a lot of money if you want to buy it from the store. And by the way, if you've seen my videos before or you've been watching me for a while, all of these you also have in your garage. So do make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on future podium vehicles that Rockstar is going to release. Like for example, the first one of 2025, which I hear is going to be a banger. Now, back to the D10. And as you can see, the customization game is on point, with even the liveries being very good for this one. Moving on to number 9, we have the Drift Yosemite, probably my favorite drifting vehicle of the entirety of GT Online. And keep in mind, this was the drifting vehicle before drifting became a thing in GT Online 2 years ago. So this one was one of the OGs, and as you can see, we have this, well, it's not the prettiest color that Rockstar gave us, but it was a cool podium car. It was released on August 8th, and even stock, this vehicle is just a beast to drift with. Exhibit A. Once again, this is the bone stock version of the vehicle, and just look at it, it's barely having any traction with the road. And if you do want to spend a little bit of money and go to the Los Santos car meet, tune the vehicle there and make it an actually proper drift vehicle, well, this is the result you can expect. As I said, it's just craziness with this one. And the drifting, probably the best in-game drifting that you can experience in GT Online. Just look at this. It's like a fidget spinner. And for number 8, we need to go all the way back to March of 2024 with the Nightshark. Now, this isn't the fastest, the best looking, the best anything vehicle in the game, but it's armored, check, and it's fairly fast for its size. In terms of customization, it leaves a lot to be desired, but once again, it's armored, so it's probably the most useful vehicle that's gonna be on this list because you can actually use it in heists and stuff. And in case you're curious, after customizing and fully modifying it, this is what my Nightshark looked like. And also the exact date this one was released was March 21st. So there. Moving on to number 7, and for that we're going all the way back to January 18th of 2024, almost a year ago, with the Powersurge, which is actually a current podium vehicle that we have right now. Now, this was the first time this one was released of the year, so I'm gonna be taking this one as an example, because the Nightshark, for example, also was released twice in a single year. I know, it's kind of like Rockstar is running out of ideas, or running out of vehicles to release for the podium. Or probably the first one though. Anywho, back to the Powersurge. It's an awesome electric bike that, by the way, if you want to hear my thoughts on every podium vehicle that you see here on the video, just go to my channel and search for the video. I reviewed all of them. And the Powersurge especially is a very fun one because I reviewed it in the snow because, well, right now it's winter in GT Online. Moving on to number 6, and we have another insanely good drifting vehicle, the Drift Tampa. Once again, just like the Drift Yosemite, this one is one of the OGs in the game, with it being one of the drifting vehicles before drifting became a thing in GT Online. And this one is particularly cool because it's based on a very iconic car, the Unicron. If you want to hear my thoughts on it, go once again to my YouTube channel and check out my video review of it. But I promise you, both of them are insanely good at drifting, and this one is an all-wheel drive vehicle. Probably not expecting it for a drifting vehicle, but yeah. And in case you're wondering, this vehicle was released on June 13th. Moving on to number 5, which is gonna be the Enus Euros, and yes, it's another drift one, but I really love drift vehicles in GT Online. And the further we go down the list, the crazier the vehicles are gonna get, so make sure to stay tuned till the end of the video. And unlike the Drift Tampa and Drift Yosemite, this one was a fairly new addition to the drifting class in GT Online, which means it has some insane customization that can be done over at the Los Santos car meet. Customization looks something like this, and the car is basically unrecognizable from the before and after. And in terms of drifting, well, it's just fantastic. Moving on to number 4, and for that we need to go all the way over to November 28th, where we got this thing. In this, the RT3000 is also technically a drift car, but I believe there is one feature it has that puts it head and shoulders above the rest of the drift vehicles in this list, and that's the retractable roof. Yep, it has a power roof that you can, at the press of a button, just open and close. So if it gets rainy, close it. If it's sunny like right now it is, just open it and have your awesome convertible vehicle. Once again, I really love this interactivity in GTA 5, and please bring it to GTA 6 to some extent, or maybe even make it better. Moving on to number 3, and this is the top 3 now, so the cream of the crop. We have the Schlagen GT, and not only does it have one of the coolest sounding names of the entire game, but also it's a very capable and competitive vehicle. The only downside is, just like the real thing, it has 2 doors, so in GT Online it can sit only 2 people. But customization is good, top speed, decent acceleration, decent handling, and traction are both fantastic. This is basically a fantastic representation of the real-world version of this vehicle, which by the way was released October 3rd, 2024. Moving on to number 2, we have, from September 26, 2024, the Pfister Neon, and this one checks all the boxes for not only coolness but also practicality and utility. It is hindered somewhat by its electric powertrain, but that's just how electric vehicles work in GT Online. It's all around a very fantastic, balanced vehicle that has decent acceleration. The only downside of it is that it's missing the hydraulic spoiler the real-world car that this one is based on has. Moving on to number 1.5, because actually there are 11 cars on this list, we have the Thrax, the fastest vehicle for a time of the entirety of GT Online. And just look at it, it looks filthy, it looks dirty, it speaks to you. Probably the best looking vehicle of the entire game, and probably it's gonna continue to be the best looking vehicle of the entirety of GT Online. Just look at how beautiful it looks. Of course, it's based on the Bugatti Chiron, and also I have a lot of good things to say about the design of that car. In terms of functionality, it's, as I said, fast, great acceleration, incredible handling, all-wheel drive, so great at snow, rainy conditions, sunny days, mountaintops. The only thing you can do with this is submerge it, because it's gonna break. But yeah, the Thrax and before that the Adder have been 2 of my favorite vehicles of the entire game, and if you pause the video right here, you see that hydraulic spoiler that was missing from the Neon. You want to see it in action? Here is the hydraulic spoiler in action, and I know I'm like a kid in a candy store, but I really love these things. And now for the actual best podium vehicle of 2024, we have the BR8. Of course we're gonna have the BR8. It's an F1 car, I'm sorry, it's an open wheels car in GT Online. It's probably one of the coolest things you can own in the game, and even though it can fit only 1 person, so you don't have any passengers, you don't have any headlights, so you can't really drive it at night, you can't fire weapons from it. Wait, why do I like this? Oh yeah, I remember, it's because of this. It's stinking fast acceleration. The top speed is incredible, the acceleration is incredible, the handling is insane considering this is a rear-wheel drive vehicle because it's modeled after an F1 car, and all of those are rear-wheel drives. As you can see, it also has a turbo boost, and aside from the scramjet, it's probably the fastest way to get from point A to point B in GT Online. And that's gonna wrap up my top 10, scratch that, my top 11 podium vehicles of 2024 for GT Online. Thanks so much to everybody that watched. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel. Do let me know in the comments that I missed your favorite vehicle, or do you not agree with the order of the list. Love you all, see you in 2025, and I'll catch you all in the next one.